So can you state your first name?
Augustine.
And Miss Augustine, how long have you lived in the community?
I've been in the community quite some years. I lived on Tennessee Street in the 2500 block till Katrina came. And after that, I moved on Falstaff Street.
Wow, so you moved on Falstaff Street in about 2011?
Yeah,
That's incredible.
not 11, no,
Mhm.
17.
17.
17,
Okay.
I think it was 17.
So you were first on Tennessee.
Tennessee Street.
Mhm. Okay. In the 2500 block. What you said? How long ago was that?
That was, my children was in grade school then, I would say that.
Wow.
And they finished college on Tennessee Street.
Okay.
In
So
2500 block.
so you came over right around the same time my grandmother came over around Hurricane Bessie.
Yes, after that.
Okay. And can you share with us some of your memories of the Lower Nine?
Well, at that time, the Lower Nine was a very nice place to live. It was a lot of black folks, a lot of neighbors were very friendly. And I came from the 7th Ward,
Mm-hmm.
and then I moved here, but they were very friendly. And I met a lot of friends down here.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to church together.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you go to church?
Well, I went to Zion Hill, but when they
Okay.
would have things at their church, they would invite me at their church. And I would visit their church with them. And from that on, I've worked down here too. I
Mm-hmm.
worked at Craig School first,
Mm-hmm.
when I first moved here. And then after the Craig School program closed, I was sent to Lawless.
Okay.
And I worked at Lawless,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked at Friends School.
Okay.
And that's where I retired at Lawless.
So when you worked at Lawless, was it the high school then, or was it the junior high then?
It was the elementary school.
Oh, Lawless Elementary. Okay, I went there too.
Oh, you did?
I did. What made you want to come back home after Hurricane Katrina?
Well, New Orleans is what I knew. I didn't know anything about Texas, although it was a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
And it was okay while I lived there, but
Mhm.
New Orleans was very nice. And I had all my family there,
Mm-hmm.
all my sisters. My mother passed while we were in Texas, but then I had sisters
Mm-hmm.
that came back home. And I wanted to be near them.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
It was home. What you
Mhm.
were saying. So, do you remember some of the work that the Homeownership Association did for you or helped you out with, like in your work with Miss Cynthia? Do you remember what Miss Cynthia did?
Right now,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't.
So Ms. Lynette is going to help us out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Mama, you remember the very first time we went to the church where they first started helping us, and we asked them about getting rid of the lot that you purchased during the 60s. But Katrina took that lot,
Mhm.
and you filled out that form, and you wanted to keep that lot. But you found out that it wasn't good for you to keep that lot.
Okay.
And that's when the Lower Nine Association came in and assisted us. Do you remember I had to go to court and get PIP documents when your daughter died? It was a Homeownership who told us all the things that we had to do. We had to go to court.
So they help you clear some titles up and get some succession work done.
Mhm.
And then they help you look to navigate that whole process. So
Without them, we would be lost. We wouldn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do because my mom wanted to get rid of that property, and if it wasn't for the Lower Nine, the professionalism, if it wasn't for the Lower Nine Association helping us, we would have to pay back $150. Now we still waiting.
Yes, ma'am.
But my mom would have to pay back with everybody else, her children and her
Mhm.
grandchildren she had on that property. We would all be paying back $150,000. If it wasn't for the Lower Nine Homeowner Association assisting us with that. You know, it was just great. You know, they all came in, especially Miss Cynthia. She told us step by step what we had to do. And if it wasn't for Miss Cynthia, we wouldn't know what we would be doing right now.
And that's a lot of money, especially right now with everything going on, especially if you add in if a family's on fixed income, low income, $150,000
It's a lot of.
is a lot of money. And then when you add in, if you don't know how to navigate that process or what courthouse to go to. I mean, there are a lot of courthouses downtown and what papers to fill out. You could be creating more of a problem for yourself. I get it. I totally get it. What it's like to get help. Miss Cynthia helps me with stuff as well. We value her here. Like a lot of the residents who I've spoken with and just people in the community, she's a true gem.
The knowledge she had, step by step, things that I didn't even know to help my mama to do this. The knowledge and the professionalism, the courtesy and the kindness.
Absolutely.
You know, if it wasn't for that happening with us, we wouldn't know what to do. We appreciate it so much.
Oh, I'm sure she thanks you. I know she does. This is her joy. Like whenever something comes out, she takes her time with every resident, and I'm just happy that she was able to do that for you and your mom. So Miss Augustine, what's your hope for the future of the Lower Nine? Like, what do you want to see? Like you mentioned when you first came here, you saw a lot of people working together, growing up. Everything was nice. What do you want to see? If there's one thing you could bring back to this community, what would it be?
Grocery stores.
A grocery store.
Yeah, our grocery stores. We had our grocery stores that we could even walk to.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to say more, but my memory just
That's okay.
don't
You doing
help me
good?
right now.
You are doing an excellent job. You are 90 years old. I'm half your age and can't remember what I did this morning. So you did an incredible job, and for me it's a true honor to be able to speak with you and to know that you were here when my grandmother was here, and you guys are the ones that built the community that I got to grow up in. So this is my opportunity to tell you thank you. Because of you guys, I was able to walk anywhere in the Lower Nine and move around, and just like people like you, my uncle Oscar Francois, and all of those other people who just made it incredible. And this is what we fight for. This is what we want to bring back. So, yes.
It was a beautiful place to live, because other than the Lower Nine, then where else, in my mind, where else would I, and the house we found here was it was beautiful.
Awesome.
So where else would I go?
And you raised your kids.
And I raised all my children. My girls got married at the house. That was the memory, you know, for me to remember.
Awesome. How many kids did you have?
I have 4, 3 girls, 1 boy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And well, I'm a widow, and I did all of that through widowhood.
That's incredible. That just shows me how strong you are. You raised 4 kids
Yes.
in a very difficult time for our city and our nation. And to come down here, homeownership, and then you're still fighting and making sure that your property and the other properties for people in your family is taken care of. That's all right. I know your parents are super proud of you.
Well, they're all gone now, but
They left you their strength.
yeah, my dad, well, he was living when we moved to Tennessee Street,
Okay.
and my mother lived until Katrina. She died in Texas.
Okay. That's all right. But Daddy got to see you go in the house on Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
That's all right. Of course he was. I can only imagine. Like I just think about like even people that I know of your age, and just knowing like some of them, that was the first time anybody in their family owned a house.
Yeah.
So for your dad to see that, I know he knew that you would be okay and your kids and grandkids would be okay because we're not sharecropping, we're not renting.
Oh, yeah.
You always have a place to stay.
Right now, that's what I'm thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
that I don't have to pay anybody rent, because that's just like just like paying a note, if you gotta pay rent.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And for us, like I know from my generation, the fact that my parents own, they own multiple, I always knew I have a place to stay.
Yeah.
I always have a soft place to land. And it's an incredible gift to leave to your kids and your grandkids, that freedom, right? To be able to always have a place to stay.
Come back to,
Come, yep. Always have a place to go to grandma's house, go to my mom's house.
right,
You always have a place to sleep and something to eat.
that's right.
That's all right, Miss Augustine. Well, it was nice talking to you. And I appreciate you taking the time to come and see us. That's your grandson?
Yes, that's the great grandson.
Great grandson. Look at that. 3 generations, y'all, sitting in here. That's all right. So that's going to be his one day.
Yeah. Great grandson.
That's going to be his, and he's going to be the one to take care of it because y'all going to teach him how to do it. That's all right.
Yeah.
That is all right. Well, that's it.
Okay. I wanted to
Hmm?
share more with you, but I don't remember
That's okay.
the year I moved at Tennessee Street.
And you know I
Homeowners
could probably
birthday.
dig that up a little.
In the 60s. I couldn't remember
In
the
the
60s. Because my dad died in 72.
He died at the house.
Yeah, he died might have been
And
74.
I don't even remember that.
My dad might have died in 90, because I was in the 9th grade.
What's his name?
Alex.
So it was in the 70s?
He died in 1974, right, Mom? Because he was born into.
My mom needed help.
That's
You
right,
know the help.
that's right. Help Miss Augustine.
Don't say that, because I don't know, you said right, Mama.
I was in the 9th grade when my daddy died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 19. Because Rhonda was graduated in 1975. My mom raised all 4 of us, and don't you do it. And all 4 of us, she didn't say, she was a widower. We was in the house with my mom, but all 4 of us graduated from college.
Go ahead.
By herself.
By herself. And my mom raised all of us by herself, and she always said, y'all always had the lights on, and y'all always had somewhere to stay.
Okay, where you got this from?
And put it on the table so you want to
That's
touch
just
it.
the fault, yeah.
And she used to always say that she didn't have to ask, borrow nobody.
He was proud of
That's
it.
right. Prayers, prayers.
And all of us finished
We all
college. All of
kept going
us.
to church every Sunday.
That's fantastic.
All of us finished college. The one that died, you know what I'm
You
saying?
had your sister.
She was the vice president of Liberty Bank.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My sister never did talk about it.
Yeah.
But we didn't know until she died how they talked about it and how
Mm-hmm.
high.
She was. She worked with Alden.
Yeah. We didn't even know.
I'll be darned. I probably seen her.
You probably seen Lisa Thomas Jenkins.
I don't know the name, but I think I would go to Liberty.
You probably seen her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the vice president over there until she died. She died of cancer.
Yeah.
And until she died, we never knew
That's
how high
incredible.
standard a person she was.
And that's all because of your mom, right?
Yeah.
Like your mom put that in y'all. Like
Kept going, I don't, look, they say, I ain't got no money, I got.
She used to always say, look, y'all better do what y'all gotta do, because I ain't got no money. So I didn't do summer school.
I can understand.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she did as a
The little bit we
woman.
had.
As a woman, she put the fear in us, and I think she still do. She put the fear in us.
yeah, that's
So
all
we
right.
did what
What
we
you
had
supposed
to
to
do.
do.
Okay, and so the reason why Miss Skinner, I wanted my mom to do this. So she said she can't remember, but she is a pillar and a woman of strength. The things that she did. Now we always get into it, but the
You gonna make me put my
things
camera back on?
that she
No, that's why I was
did.
I turned it off.
had it on, because I wanted her to go, but she.
The things that she did
Look.
as a woman. And the kid, as being the oldest girl within 13 siblings.
Ooh.
That's right, 13
She did that, okay? And she always said that she wanted better
For her children.
for us. Better for us. Okay. Now we don't talk about it. Now that she's losing her memory and her sight, and she always said, I did this for you. Yes, she did it, Mom, but now you're 90. And these things happen, and it's okay.
Yeah. It's
It is okay. But being a woman, taking care of us, now her grandchildren and her great grandchildren, my mom did that. She did it.
And you deserve
90
to be
years old.
recognized.
And she has been in the lower ninth ward taking care of her children. And being a pillar, I heard it, the court said she was going to different churches. Being a pillar, a woman, a pillar of strength, and now a woman of wisdom.
Yes.
Now maybe
Right.
she's gonna remember this. You know, she's 90, but I wanted her to remember this and to let others know you can do it. I don't care what the circumstances are, it can be done.
Mhm. That's why when I asked you, was she, Miss Augustine, come?
Mm-hmm.
And
My
you
mom,
said,
she
yeah,
could do it.
Yeah, and I'm glad when I walked in, I said, oh, good.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
so
glad
She's
she
been
did,
here.
because she deserved it.
Yeah, she's been here in the lower ninth ward a long time. A long time.
So, Daddy died November 1973.
1973.
I see it, I could remember.
19, he died 1973. So y'all had to come here in the 60s, huh?
Yeah,
Y'all had to buy a house in the 60s.
yeah.
Did something come out?
Yeah. And so you
Look at it. I had
you
it
can
on-
see when you
on
said
the
how
deeds.
long she has been here.
Yep, I pulled up the obituary.
Okay.
I'll give it to you.
Okay.
November 19.
Because we don't have any of that.
You lost it.
Yeah.
You lost
We've been
it.
sharing a lot of goods in this room.
Yeah.
All day
Yeah.
yesterday I did this. I said, Miss Cynthia, I'm doing it again.
We lost all of those documents and all
Right.
those things.
Yes,
Mhm.
He was married, 15 years
when he passed.
when he passed.
Oh my gracious, 15 years.
And she, 3 girls, 1
One
boy,
boy.
all through college,
Yeah.
out of this community.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other thing we talked about yesterday, the excellence
That's right.
that comes out of this community. But we were able to be excellent off the backs of people like Miss Augustine.
Well, that's why you deserve the credit.
Never got married again, never had a desire. Everybody, you ain't got married, you ain't got no man, no no man coming in here by my girls.
Hey,
There you go.
look,
We have
I
two
got
copies.
two copies.
Yeah.
And
Thank
that
you
was a
so
short-
much.
Of course, 15
So
years. That's what
Yes,
it is.
indeed, look at
Here
here.
you are. He's high.
Yes, yes.
So you have that now.
And so my mom was talking about, I'm not gonna remember my mom, no, but my mom was talking about the grocery stores. But see, when we first moved here, they had a grocery store, it looked like on every corner because we was in the 2500 block, and we used to walk around the corner. It was like a supermarket.
Uh-huh. You had Puglitz, you had AMP, you had all that on St. Claude.
Yeah,
But in the neighborhood.
in the
Because
neighborhood.
we had B&R Blair right around 2 blocks from us.
Yeah.
And then on Galvez and Tupelo, we had another grocery.
Yeah, you know the
So you
store.
always had, yeah, and you had H&W, you had Gavin Theater.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, you had, you know.
But
yeah,
now,
everything.
we don't have those services.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden they put a CVS
Yeah.
on Falstall and
Right,
Claiborne,
right,
and then you look, it's closed.
And I was hoping Walgreens would have come back, because you know Walgreens
Yeah, it
was
was
on.
Catherine and St. Claude.
I knew, and Walgreens did well.
Right, right.
I didn't think CVS was gonna make it, so CVS for some strange reason to me does not carry it as Walgreens.
Right, right.
Uh, but Walgreens decided not to. And I think they didn't come back, and it was because of the population being so
Right,
big.
right.
So that's the problem, you know. But you had Wagner's was right there.
Yeah, and those stores didn't come back. But the thing we see now, Miss Cynthia,
They moved across the canal.
Yeah,
yeah, the thing we seeing now, we seeing less homeowners.
more renters. Well,
these
we've been
people
fighting that. And
These people is putting up these
houses
houses.
left and right.
And what has happened within this community? You got rental people coming in, but they don't keep it clean.
That's what we talked about.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
And I had to say, we don't have a problem, you know, when we were questioning constantly about bringing in rental property. And we were told it's because they couldn't get people to, well, original owners weren't coming back in properties. The city can't make decisions for their heirs or whatever. And some don't have any heirs, which means then it goes to the city. So the problem was, in order to get, businesses and things back in the community, they said, you know, they had to open it up to renters. I don't have a problem if that's what it has to be, because we need people. But we need people who are responsible,
You're right.
not just to put, and I don't like, in fact, we had a meeting with the mayor last week, because that's what I sent my question and I said, they're building out of our neighborhood. The houses don't even identify with our neighborhood. And they're it's 2 stories,
Right.
which we didn't have. And I remember when you wanted to add a 2-story, you had to go to the city and get a permit because they had to match your neighborhood.
Right.
Now and they're all on top of each other.
They
We never
are.
had that. And there's one on Foster on the other side of Galvez, where they have built that house darn near on the sidewalk. No front yard. None of that.
Miss
we had.
Augustine, who's from Plaquemines Parish? Who's from Phoenix?
Oh, she's
My
from
dad's from Phoenix and
You
she's from
from
Dallas.
Phoenix?
My husband's family's from down there.
What's your husband's name, last name?
His dad is a Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Well, I don't really know them, but I hear about them, you know, I hear about them
You
a
don't go
lot.
down
And
there?
then my mother-in-law is from down there as well. And she's
Lord,
a
you ain't been
baker,
around since you
Hughes.
Yeah, you know, we
Oh,
have
yeah,
with people
Hughes,
down
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We don't
Yeah.
think it's easy
My husband is a
because the
descendant
family's
of
small.
Hughes.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you from Phoenix?
yeah, he was from Phoenix, Louisiana.
Cause I saw it on the obituary.
And she's
Yeah.
from Dallas.
And I'm from Delco,
Well,
it's
she
a
knows
small
about it.
town, you know, Delco.
Mhm.
Well, since I'm getting older, you know, you remember all of these old things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I saw it on there and I was like, wait a minute.
I said, if I could take that house now
How many
and put
people
it
we
on
talk to that
Delco.
come from down there?
Yes.
A lot of people come from down
Yeah.
there. Cause you know, my husband's uncle stood around the corner. He was Andrew Baker. He was from down there as well.
Miss Baker had sons. Miss Baker was a teacher at Phoenix High. I didn't go to any country schools. See, when I came up, they had church schools.
Mm-hmm.
And after the church school, well, I came to the city and I went to school here.
You heard what
What's
she
your
said?
maiden
She
name?
came to the what?
The city.
Uh-huh.
We were talking about that. I said, what's your maiden
Because
name?
my cousin's in the.
Alvarez.
Oh, Alvarez, your last name.
Wow.
Now, you said you all had church schools.
Yeah, we had church schools. The teacher, a long time ago, we had a teacher named Miss Jordan. And she came to, yeah, baby. Okay, I'm coming. She came to Delco, Louisiana, and she had a little shack. You know, your mind just couldn't perceive what we went through. And this lady taught us until she got ill and she came back to the city. And then after that, we had Miss Augustine came. And she used to get the bus every day to come to the school to teach down there. And she taught me till I got in 6th grade. And she had about 6 girls. She taught, well, the boys didn't want to go to school because they were older and it was just kind of difficult for them to accept because we didn't have any boys to graduate from 6th grade. We didn't have any boys to graduate from 6th grade during that time.
Was it due to maybe, were they farmers?
They were farmers.
Because they would pull the children,
Uh-huh.
the boys in particular, to
Yeah,
work in the field.
they farmers, they were
No
farmers,
kidding.
because my brother was farmers until he got a job at Kaiser,
Mm-hmm.
and he worked at Kaiser. Well, my older brother, my grandmother raised him, and he went to Craig School.
Okay,
Up in the
that's up
seventh.
the, Trim area.
Tremay area, that's right up that way. And, he went to Booker Washington,
Okay.
played football,
Uh-huh.
and all that. So the boys, they went to Phoenix High School.
Mm-hmm.
Who,
And-
who is Albert?
Albert is my oldest brother, Albert Alvarez, and my dad's name was Albert
He was
Alvarez.
a carpenter.
No, he did a little carpenter work, but Albert Alvarez went to the service after he finished from Booker Washington.
I see a document from 1950
Mm-hmm.
in Plaquemines Parish. You were 17 years old,
Really?
and I see, is it Lebla? I may be saying it wrong, or is it transcribed wrong? Hold on, let me open it all the way up. It says that, hold on,
I sure was. I was.
It wasn't Leola, huh?
hold on.
Leola was my mother.
Who's in this house with her?
She had so many children, like the lady said.
Not Livonia.
I see Albert Alvarez, so that's gonna be your
That's
dad,
my
46 years
Uh-huh.
old.
Yes, but that was my dad,
And then there must be Leola.
Leola.
She was 40.
Mm-hmm.
This was in 1950. I'm gonna give it to you. She was born in 1910,
That's
Sure
right.
was.
and your dad was born in 1904.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And I see Julius,
That's right. That's my brother that just died.
He just died.
Mhm.
Augustine, you.
And they all in the
You were living next door to the
Where
Bienemies.
did they live?
To who?
To the Bienemies.
Oh, yeah, all the enemies. We
Yeah,
know
and
all
my
the
husband's
enemies in the
related to
local
them
Julius
too.
live here, but
Uh-huh.
they live in Maryland, Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Maryland
that's
bound.
your neighbors.
Oh, they down,
Yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna give you that.
Wow.
Yes, indeed. Sure did.
And that's for him.
Hello? What you call him?
Because that's gonna be his great.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother, this brother that we buried a few weeks ago, he was the second brother.
Mm-hmm.
Albert and Julius was the second brother, and I was the third child. And Livonia was the fourth child. Well, Livonia died after Katrina,
Mm-hmm.
and Inez, and she had twins. She had Roosevelt and Huey. Then she had Jean and Alan. She had Imelda in 1940. And she had Livonia. Did I say Livonia?
Yeah, you said
in
that.
1935. And she had Imelda and Jean and Huey. I can't remember anymore.
Glory.
Gloria and Carolyn and
Imelda and Lionel.
And Lionel.
So this is everybody that we were talking about in 1950
Yes, indeed.
when the census people came to the house.
Yeah, oh my Lord. Oh,
Okay.
yes, indeed.
No more candy. That's it.
Thank you
It's
so
lunchtime.
much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
You so much.
Amen.
You're
I
welcome.
get home and look at it. Good, I
Yeah,
can
use
see.
a magnifying glass and it'll pull
Yeah.
it out.
I have one at home. Look at that right there, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, I've talked to a lady early on in life, and she said, "Well, how many children your mom had?" We was at a church, and I said 13. Oh, she did just like I'm doing now. 13 children. Oh, look at that lady. I said, "Child, you just don't know. They had no abortion and no all these other things that they have in drugs. They didn't put their children in no garbage can." I wouldn't say all that to her, because I probably she might have did it,
Mhm.
People
But she
had a
didn't
lot
have,
of kids.
she didn't have but one girl, and that one girl had one boy.
Wow.
So, I mean, people had a lot of children
They
during that
did.
time. And they enjoyed their family, they raised their family. All the way we lived out was
Can't
all
break the
family.
rules now, you won't
My
get me in
daddy's
trouble.
You
brothers,
had three, no, that's not.
Mhm.
Peter, Cornelius,
Mhm.
then he had nieces and James the Benemy and Isaiah Benemy, all that cousins.
Mhm. Yeah, we hear, I hear that a lot when we go down there. They call it up the road, down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the cousins up the road, down the road, Reverend Giles and everybody else.
You know Reverend Giles?
I know of Reverend Giles. You heard enough. The place where my husband's family lived was on Giles Lane. They went to that church there. I can't think of the name of it.
Bethlehem? Not Bethlehem.
I can't think of the name of it.
Okay.
And
Giles
then-
Lane, I know I don't know if they changed the name.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the church where Giles is now. That's the church I was baptized at. And honey, we was baptized in the Mississippi
You
River.
remember? Yes.
And you asked, when I would go to, my mother's family, which is from Bashford,
Mhm.
and we would pass St. Joe with them doing Queen Sugar.
Yeah.
And we would stop because they would baptize, then we'd get down and go and watch them, and they'd go in the river,
That's right.
and they would be in all white,
Yes.
That's right.
and they would baptize them. And
Make
and
it
at that
brown.
time, we used to be like, because being Catholic, we would and we would
Yeah.
be like, oh my God, you know?
But suppose they drown out
And
there.
then I'd be like, oh my gracious, and that water wasn't clean as
Lord
water.
Almighty.
Yeah, it was water, and I would be like, I don't believe this, but I mean,
Wow.
that's how Jesus was baptized.
Yeah. huh?
But you grow old and you realize that the significance behind
Right.
what people do.
Right.
But if but if now, the Catholic Church, some of them have the pools now where they're actually doing it. But, yeah, we used to get up and say, oh, they baptized, we jump out the car and run up. the
Yeah, a
river,
lot of
run down.
people from the city would come to the,
Yeah, but
That-
yeah,
in the
because it was
country,
something to see,
just to
because we
see the
wouldn't see it here.
baptism in the river, you know.
And I would be like, oh my gracious, that
Yeah.
water, what is that?
So your dad is buried in Promised Land.
Yeah.
I've been there several times.
Oh, you have?
Mhm.
Yeah, my daddy, my mother, my brother Huey, Jean,
Yep.
Huey, and then Livonia, Inez.
Thank you.
Mhm. Yep. I go to Promised Land, English Turn Cemetery a lot.
English Turn.
Yep.
Livonia husband is buried in English Turn,
Mhm.
and his mother, and it's just so much memory, you know.
Mhm. Yep. We go down there quite frequently.
You do. Well, I don't go
Mhm.
like I used to,
Mhm.
because I would like to go back to the cemetery, because we used to go on All Saints Day.
Mhm.
All the families would get together
Uh-huh.
and just go put flowers on all of the graves in the
Mhm.
cemetery. The old people that didn't have flowers, we'll make the flowers
Yeah.
with the paper on it, and
Yeah. We went down there we went down there for Memorial Day.
Church.
okay.
So, and then we put some flags on the soldiers' graves there, and then my husband always brings flowers to his grandmother, Lolita Baker. Sylvester, she's a Sylvester. And so we'll do that from time to time. So I have to stop by Promised Land and go see if I see Miss where Mr. Alvarez is.
I don't know if, see,
Might
Daddy
not
don't
be
have,
there.
he don't have a
Oh,
tombstone.
you have a stone? Okay.
I don't know if it's there because you remember during Katrina they washed those things.
A lot of them did.
Well,
My
they
husband's
washed
grandma
mother
was.
one away,
Mhm.
and we never could find it.
Mhm.
We never could find mother's tomb.
So we don't know.
What happened to her.
Oh, so she had one of the markers above the ground.
Right.
Yeah. And that happened to my husband's grandmother. Her whole little, the thing they put them in, the whole tomb thing, it washed to the river. And so they put them back at English Turn. So a lot of them are in like these little cement boxes along the fence, and they're strapped down
Okay.
at English Turn. So I don't remember. I think Promised Land, they received a lot of damage. In fact, Let me look. I might have photos from Promised Land. Hold on.
Yes, indeed.
I go down there a lot.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
They were washed away.
Mm-hmm. And then some of them, like I noticed when I was walking through English Turn, the ones that were not the big ones, they were sinking in the ground.
Mm.
And so some of them were broken.
Yeah.
And then I know my
Just not
husband
taken
was talking.
care of.
He was talking with Lionel Franklin
Uh-huh.
and his mom Iona Franklin. I think.
Yeah, uh-huh.
She was the caretaker for English Turn, so he was like trying to figure out how we could help. But yeah, we go down there a lot.
Yeah.
Let me see if I have it.
Yes.
So my husband's mom and dad are from my husband's mom is from Braithwaite, which was St. Clair. And then my husband's dad is from, what they call it, David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from there.
Uh-huh. Well, girl, you're a part of us.
Look, you might be a cousin to my husband.
Ah, yes, indeed.
Because you know everybody that just named, you know them all.
Yeah.
Up and down the road.
Yeah.
So I know he's related to the enemies. I know Sylvester's huge.
Because somebody said to be enemies, your cousins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's his cousins.
Uh-huh.
That's his cousins.
I had a little granddaughter, Mary Benemy. She went to someplace where
He might know Wanda Bienemy, Jose Ned, and from Phoenix and all them places.
I know his dad will.
Yeah, because
They live down there.
that's a prominent name, Hosea Ned.
That's all right.
He ran for office. He ran for office.
Okay.
Okay, this is for you all.
Oh, thank you.